Welcome, everyone, to the Brews and Crews podcast. I am your host, Chris Jacobson, and I am here with a brand new podcast coming out starting in January of 2024. Now, this podcast may be called Brews and Crews. However, I am going to be talking about multiple different topics with multiple different people. So, while I have a love for craft beers and beers in general, I will also be talking to many different guests who might want to drink bourbon, who might want to drink wine, who might want to have a tequila, a different type of beer. Also, might be talking about cars, could be about boats, could be motorcycles, could be planes, anything that goes vroom, I am a fan of. However, this podcast is going to be just more than that. I'm going to bring on guests who will share stories. Hopefully, maybe you learn something. And if not, hopefully you are entertained or it takes your mind off of maybe the daily hustle and bustle of life. I came up with this concept about a year ago, and I have finally put it all together, and I have been working my tail off for the last 2 months, learning everything from the ground up, from audio editing to video editing, to learning how a podcast runs, to the different types of equipment that are available. Now, when it comes to this podcast, again, remember, I am not an expert in this by any means. I am not even an expert in cars, but I do have a passion for all of these things, and that's where this podcast is going to be fun, and I hope it's also fun for all of you. So, starting in 2024, please tune in weekly for an episode of Brews and Crews with me, your host, Chris Jacobson. Cheers.